is the iconic Goodyear Blimp. It's almost 250 feet long, holds over 300,000 cubic feet of helium, and for some insane reason, they're gonna let me take the controls and fly it. But there's a twist, because my dad loves the Blimp even more than I do. So for Father's Day, I'm surprising him with a ticket to come fly on it with me. I wanted to give my dad the tickets in person, but a surprise flight home before Father's Day felt too suspicious. Luckily, I already wanted to build a model to get a better understanding of how blimps fly. And since my dad's really good at building model airplanes, I figured asking for help would be the perfect excuse. Say hello to everybody.
Say hello to my little friend.
Maybe I could fly out. We could spend a week and build an RC blimp.
And with zero blimp experience, I also hope some practice with our model will help me avoid crashing the real thing.
What's up, dude?
How are you? Good. The biggest difference between what we're gonna build here and what the actual Goodyear blimp is now is that we're gonna build a true blimp, like it was built back in like the 70s and earlier, really up until about the year 2000. The Goodyear blimp was an actual blimp.
Just a gas bag.
Just a big bag of gas that has no internal structure, and now it's what's called a semi-rigid airship. The blimp has two big pieces. We need to make an envelope that's gonna hold the helium and provide the lift that raises the blimp in the air. And the other half is we need to make a gondola. It has to hold the motors that we're gonna pull off of this, and the battery, emergency blanket.
Mylar.
Aluminized
Mylar.
What we're gonna try to do is use this Mylar with some E6000, a little bit of contact adhesive, and that should let us get a good envelope. This is also not just regular bought at the store helium. This is 99.9% pure helium. Do not inhale content.
Yeah, wow.
Before making the big blimp envelope, we needed to make sure it would be airtight, so we started by following a tutorial on YouTube. Highly recommend the video, How to Make a Blimp Envelope with $5 to 45 minutes. I think maybe we make the test ones 18 inches. Tell you what, this is gonna be quite the process at large scale. Should be able to just, oh yeah. I'll tell you what, that does look like half a blimp. A little bit of E6000. I have a functioning blimp envelope, I think. Well, no, I have the outside part. Oh man, yeah, there's like a hole there. Well, it's not a hole, but it's just like a
Wrinkle.
inconsistency.
Yeah, it's a leak.
This was our first tester, and it's got holes all over the place. After the first tester didn't work, I decided to try again using rubber cement as the seal. This one, we don't know yet. No, it's definitely too heavy. Should we try a different adhesive? Did Dad cook?
No, I've just got tape.
We're gonna use the Weisz method, which is ignore the advice that someone on the internet has given you.
I hate internet advice. I don't watch, I don't do it.
I just use it as somewhere to start.
I know,
you know?
So does your mother. Start from first principles. That's how I live my life. This is the tape for the quote-unquote load-bearing seam. This is the inside of the blimp now, which is where your pressure is gonna want to pull it apart. And
it's still having a tough time. And if you flip it to the other side,
there's no flipping way that's
definitely not coming apart. I was sold on glue. I was like, well, glue seems like the only solution, but
yeah.
Tape makes sense. The old Ace Hardware. Oh, that's the stuff. That's what we want. Round 2.
This time, it's personal.
My dad came up with a new strategy, and we weren't sure which would work better. So my dad tried using tape, while I tried being extra careful with the glue method. Really? You're done? And it works?
Yep.
Why was that guy using glue? What the heck?
I don't know.
Dad's design looked great, but I wasn't sure if the seal would be totally perfect, so I finished the glue version anyway, and a few hours later, we came back to check. Did that work? No. So we're going with tape.
So we're shooting for 10 cubic foot blimp.
That's what I think.
We make it a flying empanada.
What shape is an empanada? Oh, right, like a taco.
You're gonna cut like this.
Okay, and then across the same way on the other side.
Equals 50. The seam will fold in two different directions. Up here, it'll fold under. Down here, it's gonna fold up.
We've got the blimp envelope. We need to cut the top edge so that we can create the airtight seam using our double stick tape. We need to take the other edge fold it over and make our load-bearing seam. Over here, where there's a little bit of extra fluff on the end, we're gonna turn that into a fill port. At this point, we were feeling pretty confident in the tape method, so hopefully we'll only need to make the full-size envelope once. I know you built a lot of airplanes as a kid,
I did.
and some of them are now hanging in my room.
They are.
Did you build, as a kid, airplanes that like flew and were RC?
No, not RC.
Was RC...
Rubber powered.
Was RC a thing?
It was. It was very expensive. Kids were not building RCs. RC was an adult thing.
As it starts to inflate, I'm gonna keep my eye on the seams. Wow. I think we got it.
Whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! That's cool, dude. Now that we're done with the envelope and it's holding air, we can start working on making the gondola and mounting the motors. We have this plane.
Yeah.
If I steer hard left, only the right motor goes. If I steer hard right, only the left motor goes. And then obviously I can control how forward it goes with the other stick. Because it shuts off like that, this is gonna let us actually steer the entire blimp without having to have any kind of a rudder or control surfaces.
Right.
Is that how the real blimp flies? I think it is.
I believe that it is. First thing we have to do is dissect this airplane and relieve it of its electronics.
We're gonna make a gondola. How much do these weigh? Those seem heavy.
Maybe it has
A front.
Maybe it has a front and a back, or maybe it doesn't.
Maybe it does. Who cares?
Doesn't really matter.
Does it need to be that long? Yeah, sure.
Pretty good size.
Yeah, it can be less tall, but
Yeah, no, that's just
We'll cut it.
Do you have any idea how many balsa wood planes I made as a kid?
How many?
A lot.
You might have the right idea here, where we put it kind of more toward the front of the blimp. Honestly, I like that. It looks really nice. After watching Dad make the gondola, I tried making the motor mount and asked Dad to grade my work, just like his dad did for him.
This looks very good. I would say this angle is pretty badly off.
It is.
You've lost half the width of the wood.
That's true. That's strong.
Yeah, that is
That's-
a very strong truss.
That's not gonna bend at all.
No.
Then we attached the truss to the gondola and mounted the motors. Nice.
I love it.
And if he's this psyched about our model, imagine his reaction when I give him the tickets for the real thing. We gotta attach it to the blimp part.
You know what? You can use a couple pieces of just Scotch tape.
Wow. Hey, we got a blimp. Nice. We finished the blimp and now I just need a place to fly it. Surprisingly, that was pretty hard to find, but when I called Jonathan, the pastor at my parents' church, he was happy to let us use their building. Wow, this guy's like taking flight already.
Is there? Oh dear.
Yeah, stop. Stop. You're good. So we have to try to get this balloon and this, well, we have to try to get the whole blimp to slightly negatively buoyant. So we want it to naturally fall, because obviously if it's too inflated, it'll naturally float. Okay. It's also why our motors have to point slightly upward. They're pushing the blimp forward and lifting it in the air.
Yeah, that sucker's full. That's pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's pretty good.
Now we just need a little
Needs
bit
to be
of,
heavier.
Needs to be a little heavier. That's kind of great.
I think that's it. Now that's a little bit fast. There we go. All right, now.
That's amazing.
Now it also doesn't have reverse, so. That's remarkable.
That is remarkable.
This is a lot more fun than I thought that it would end up being.
This works way better than I ever thought that it
Dude, this
would.
works way better than I ever thought that it would. And it really makes a big difference that you can turn the motors fully off. Take it for a spin. It's very easy to fly.
I think it's incredible.
How is it to fly? Is it hard? Is it easy?
Like with all things RC, less input is better.
Uh-huh. But it's not particularly difficult.
No, it's not difficult at all. Well, there's a lot of room for error, right? You just stop doing anything.
Yeah, and then it kind of coasts. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. So the way this blimp flies is through variable thrust. If I push just the right motor, it steers to the left. And if I use just the left motor, it then steers to the right. And as far as I know, that's the exact same way that the real Goodyear Blimp flies. The real Blimp has a tail rotor, but that's really, from what I hear, only for maneuvering it on the ground. I can't change the pitch of those motors, and on the real Blimp, you can. This was shockingly easy to make work. Honestly, I can't believe that this works as well as it does. Maybe I should take it to Blimp HQ. Maybe they'll let me fly it in the hangar.
Oh, take it with you.
So now, after a successful run, I think it's gonna be okay if we take the helium out of the balloon.
Hey, thanks so much for letting us come and fly our Blimp. At this point, my dad thinks his role in the video is over and that I'll be leaving him to go fly the Blimp in Ohio after Father's Day. But instead, I'm surprising him with a set of custom-made tickets and the news that we'll actually be driving to the Blimp hangar in Ohio together. And with all the driving in this video, I'm really happy to have Upside as today's sponsor. Upside is a free app that gets you cash back on daily essentials like gas, groceries, and dining. And since there are over 100,000 different restaurants, convenience stores, and grocery stores on the app, you can use it basically anywhere. Whenever I need gas now, I just open my Upside app and find a station with a good offer. Then I redeem it, pay like normal with my credit card, and in about a day or so, I get my cash back in the app. Usually about $2 to $4 a tank. Over time, that cash back really adds up, and I can send it straight to my bank account, PayPal, or redeem it as a gift card. At this point, not using Upside wherever I can feels like I'm leaving money on the table. It's super easy to use, and top Upside earners are making as much as $300 a month. To find out how much you could earn, click the link in the description to download Upside and use code LEWIS to get an extra 25 cents back on every gallon for your first tank of gas. Or scan the QR code to claim this offer. On Father's Day, I hid the tickets I made in an envelope, and we took my dad out for brunch to surprise him.
Super excited, the twins.
The Blimp hat.
That's funny.
It's a snapback.
There it is.
That fits.
Can I bend the rim, or is that not the dumb thing?
It's already bent. I thought he might catch on when we started giving him the other Blimp-themed gifts, but he was still totally clueless.
You're coming on the Blimp, man. I wouldn't be able to do any of this if it wasn't for you. Bring it in. That's amazing.
Maybe I downplayed it earlier, but my dad isn't just a Blimp fan. He's literally from the town where the hangar's located. So my dad actually spent his entire childhood watching the Blimp fly overhead, and now that we were in his hometown, I wanted to see some of his favorite places. We need to know that you existed and did things here at some point in your life. Thank you. Let's do it.
Damn, that's a whole ass burger right there. Yeah, that's real food. It's real food.
It's not just my dad either. The whole town of Akron loves the Goodyear Blimp. It's in the art museum, and it's even on a breakfast menu.
Are you actually?
Yes, I am.
You're ordering the Blimp?
Going to have the Blimp.
And after a hearty breakfast, it was time to see the real thing. So we are officially on the way to Wingfoot Lake. Wingfoot Lake Airship Operations Balloon Port. That's the full name, right? If you look outside right now, you might be thinking, Lewis, the sky looks a little bit grim. This is supposed to blow over.
I'm super excited.
And of course, I've got my brother Will coming along to film, and my mom's coming too. It is enormous. I think you can just drive in. Yeah, I would drive straight on in. Airship as the license plate, that's definitely the pilot. It's gotta be.
I just want to see the Blimp up close. I mean, I've seen it my whole life. Used to fly overhead at my house.
Well, we're gonna see that. We're also gonna see a whole lot more. There's a full shop on wheels. Let's get in there and check it out.
All right.
Doc, how it goes? I'm Lewis. Good to meet you. Here's my dad. This is
John.
Hello, my name is Mike Dockery. Everybody calls me Doc. I'm the chief pilot at Goodyear Airship Operations. Our anniversary year this year is 100 years, and that's based on this airship here. It was the airship Pilgrim was the original. These GZ-20s like this, which you've seen a couple of times, the GZ-20 was really the workhorse of our fleet.
That's the one I drove past my whole life.
1968 or 69, this model was introduced, and it carried through all the way to 2016. This was called the GZ-22, so this was actually a fiberglass over chromoly, kind of a big bubble canopy.
And after seeing the old ones, Doc showed us a piece of the modern Blimp's frame and its fabric.
Yeah, weighs nothing.
So this is the hangar. This is the classic gondola. Look at that. It's hollow, which is not surprising. I think it's basically like an RC airplane. I think it's just fabric. It's like tightened over top of a frame. Oh my gosh, yeah, they really weigh nothing.
The side engines do all of our lift and thrust. These propellers here on the Ford engines normally face straight forward, but they can swivel up to 120 degrees, so actually pass vertical. I mean, you can take off backwards if you really try hard. Great big 4 cylinders, horizontally opposed, exactly the same engine as on a Cessna 172 or 182. 200 horsepower apiece. They're actually mounted sideways in here through a 90-degree gearbox, so only the gearbox rotates with the propeller, not the whole engine. The engine's fixed in the pod.
I've wanted to learn so many of the pieces of this.
But it is just fabric. It's a lot of fabric that just moves around.
Are you digging this?
This is amazing.
Once you're this close, in here, it's like, no, it's enormous.
It's longer than a 747. These are the tugs that we have to use to hold on to the tail. So when we bring it in and out, we hold on to the tail right behind the fins with these giant tugs here, and that's what keeps it lined up with the hangar as we go in and out so the tail doesn't move around. These things are like driving a tank. It takes us almost as long to train a mule driver as it does a pilot.
Check out the panel in there.
So these were originally military surplus tugs, and we modified them for our use.
Right now, we're walking over to the blimp then?
Yep. When it's over 10 knots, that watch person that's watching the weight and the trim and all the other stuff, he has to physically be sitting in the pilot seat flying it.
Oh, so there's someone in there right now?
Yeah, all the time. Can't be left alone, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Am I about to use the sky toilet or no because of wind?
Yeah.
Or cloud
You're probably
cover,
not
or-
gonna want to. Yeah, you're probably not gonna want to go in the sky toilet on a day like today.
So you said we're not gonna fly it today?
Yeah, it's a little too breezy for us to fly.
Because of the
in.
wind?
Yeah, the wind and the clouds. The winds down here are about 15 to 25 on the ground, which would probably be okay, but the winds at 500 feet are more than 35 knots. If we go up and we get just a little bit off the ground, we're not going to be able to make any progress going forward anyway.
I'd rather be flying a blimp license plate cover.
So the mast truck's like a transformer all on its own. The mast can telescope up and down, so we telescope it up high enough to get the forward landing gear off the ground like you see there, and then that just rolls around on the aft gear. When the wind blows, the ship's gonna go where the wind goes, so.
Yeah, no kidding.
Moves it around quite a bit.
It's really, yeah, I think maybe you shouldn't let me fly the blimp today. That seems like a terrible idea.
Yeah, not today.
It's huge, but it's not.
Great.
It seems both at the same time.
All right, I think we're about to board the blimp just to see the interior. You can actually see the sky toilet through the doorway.
Oh, welcome aboard.
Thank you. It's bouncing around, no kidding.
No, yeah,
you're
for
going-
real.
Yeah, you're going for a flight. Yeah.
You can really feel it. The rear seat is kind of the best seat in the blimp.
Yep.
Can I hop up there? Yeah, I'm not gonna touch anything right now. We're on the ground.
Kind of has a helicopter vibe. That's fantastic.
The stuff in the center is decently aviation standard, except for the yellow levers. The yellow levers are what swivel the propellers, like I was telling you about before. But the forward ones from 0 to 120 are also infinitely adjustable, and we use those all the time in little teeny tiny increments to just get just a little forward speed or a little back. This envelope pressure is super important to us. This tells us where the swivels are. These are graphics of where your fins are.
Oh, 10, 11, 8, 3, 10, 14, 17.
Does the blimp have autopilot?
No.
I assume that makes this more work to fly than a commercial jet.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest things I've ever learned to fly.
Really?
Yeah, and these are our helium valves. These are air valves. So if you look up there, we can manually control the valves like this. And these two are for the rear valves. So we have two valves underneath on the back. So this one is for the front ballonet or the front airbag up front. And this is for the rear one.
For the rear ones. Yeah. Oh, and then these are the helium valves.
Yeah.
Cool. We're gonna have to come back.
Amazing.
I mean, you're coming when we actually
Just
fly in it,
amazing.
obviously, but now I'm a little bit intimidated to fly. There's a lot of buttons up there, dude. That's a lot of controls. Other YouTubers have made it this far before, but to the best of my knowledge, no one has ever seen what we're about to see next, the mobile workshop. This isn't just any maintenance truck, it's a full semi-trailer that functions as an FAA-approved repair facility on wheels. Anywhere the blimp goes, this comes with it. What's up? What's your name?
Abel. What's yours?
Abel. I'm Lewis. I heard from a friend of mine that there is not only a full shop, but there's also a lounge. Is that the lounge?
Yeah, that's the lounge.
In order to be FAA approved, it actually needs to have this lounge. And as a tinkerer myself, I felt like I needed to hang out in it.
This is home away from home for a lot of the guys when we're operating in the field, because we're on the opposite side or we're cut off, or sometimes we're not even at an airport. It's a lunch break space, it's a meeting space, it's a refrigerator, you keep your stuff, water.
All our stuff is shadowed, so
Oh, nice.
nice and neat.
Wow, that's properly organized. What's the weirdest tool you have in here? Like, what's a tool that you're like, yeah, you don't use this for anything?
Well, they're more specialty tools.
That's what I mean. This is a weird thing. Mind if I pick this up?
Yeah, go ahead.
What is this?
I believe that is a propeller tool.
And this is custom. You guys,
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is rewelded from a like old screwdriver.
Yeah,
Probably a $600 tool from Zeppelin.
yeah.
We carry enough spare parts, equipment, oil. We can do oil changes on any of the vehicles or the airship when we're on the road, because a lot of times we're out for a month at a time. So every 100 hours, just like any other aircraft,
You gotta service
you have
it.
to support maintenance and service it.
So you have spares for
We
basically
have spares
everything
for
in here.
a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Wow. We thanked Doc and made plans to fly the Blimp a month later in Chicago, my hometown, since it would be there for Lollapalooza. So I just landed in Chicago, and of course, the air is full of wildfire smoke, which is gonna reduce visibility, and honestly, it sounds like, I don't know, looking outside, if it lingers tomorrow, it's like there's no way they're gonna let us fly the Blimp. If this all works out though, it should be pretty cool, because then we will have visited the Blimp in my dad's hometown, and we'll fly it in mine. What up? We're finally doing it. It's been a minute. The target for like where he's trying, that sock. Like a giant field, this sock. Good luck. So then I'm guessing today's a good day for blimp flying?
It'd be awesome.
Yes, all right. That's a lot of blimp. You might notice we have a different blimp here and a different pilot.
It already
That's
feels
because
different
Goodyear
than we were
actually
right
operates
on the
3
floor.
separate blimps in the US, each with their own captain. We saw the other 2 blimps in Ohio, and to celebrate the 100th anniversary, they've decked out this one with the retro blimps graphics. The cool thing is, this one actually looks a lot more like the blimp my dad grew up with. Dude, this is so exciting. Oh, we going?
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, straight up. I don't know what I expected. This doesn't feel anything like taking off in a plane.
No.
Out the window, you can see the engines are tilted. The view is incredible. It really does kind of feel more like a ship than like a plane. I feel like I'm floating in the air.
Well, it's very quiet too.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're on a private plane, you know, in a cabin this size.
Yeah. How do I do this?
The ship itself is controlled with these side sticks over there. They control
Okay.
up, down, left, right. Okay?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you got the controls there.
Okay.
And what you do, if you want to, it'll require constant forward pressure to hold altitude. You look mostly outside. This is your altimeter. This is showing you how high you are. Right? This is your heading. And we're trying to fly it along the river.
So if I give it a little bit of a right-hand steer, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's really, and then I bring it back to the center, and
There's
then
no rudder pedals like a lot of aircraft would have. This is all controlled with the side sticks. This is what's going on with the
this
fins
is
there.
insane. My God. It does both need a strong input and then
Then you kind of
a
take it out.
gentle hand.
Yeah.
This is quite challenging. This is really actually very hard to do. This, I'm like, hey, take a left, and I kind of give it a little bump to the left,
Yep.
right? And then let go. And then it's kind of gonna coast that way.
Yep.
And then bring it back a little bit to balance it out, yeah? Okay, I kind of think I'm getting the hang of this a little bit. I have to check out the loo with the view.
Human interest side of
I gotta check it out. Yeah, of course, of course. So here it is. The view is pretty good. Now look at that. That's kind of wild. All right, now I gotta attend to some business. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a minute.
Whoa, whoa, up.
There you go. Then right here, we're going to use a little forward pressure.
All right.
So you feel that?
Yes.
That's the thermals, and that's the air currents up here, just kind of moving us around. And that's why sometimes it looks like the blimp. We're going to go a little bit more to the right.
How's he doing up there?
You know, video games, you're like, this ought to be a lot more responsive.
Yep, and it's not. It's a 20,000 pound machine.
What is this, 10 seats in here? Or 9?
8 plus the 2
8
pilots.
plus the 2 pilots. So we've got 8 seats through the center. The floor is like a road. So it's got the double yellow line because of obviously tires. You can hang out in the bubble and get the full panoramic view. In here we got the bathroom. I already tried it. Unlike most aircraft, you stick yourself all the way out the window because it's not a pressurized cabin.
We're going to climb up
On
to
it.
about 1,000 feet above the ground here. So right now, we're about 700 feet above the ground.
Okay.
So what you do is just let the nose come up to about 5 degrees nose up.
Okay.
Okay. And we can use a little bit of left stick here to stay over the river.
Okay.
There you go. Kind of end up having to just kind of feel the wind. You're surfing the wind when you're in the ship, you know, so right now the wind's pushing us over the river. We can take off, fly around for 8 hours, and gain weight the whole time, which is really strange. See this SH, it's called superheat. Every 3 degrees that we change temperature, the ship gets, as it cools, 100 kilos lighter.
You flew the old Blimp also.
Yep.
What feels different, or does it feel that different?
The principle behind what makes it fly with buoyancy is about the only thing that's similar. I mean, really.
Would it have been easier or harder for me to try and keep it flying in the old Blimp?
In some ways, easier because
Really?
it's just rudder, and then there's a wheel right here to kind of hold altitude. Those airships were a little bit more stable, and they're built quite a bit different than this one. This is meant to have a little higher performance,
Yes.
but it also means it's a little squirrely in the air.
Okay. All right.
Dude, what do you think?
I was not expecting to fly the Blimp.
You weren't?
I don't think I'll be able to tell you what it felt like for a little while. It was just like flying our Blimp in the church.
It was. How does this rank on all of the Father's Days I've ever given?
Well, I don't know, the Lost in Space B9 robot.
The B9 robot's pretty up there.
That was pretty cool.
I
but
know it's close.
This is better.
This is better?
This is better.
Yes! And I have to say, you have given me the single greatest gift of my life, which is the ability to build things and do stuff with my hands, and that is the only reason that we are standing here right now. So I just wanted to say thank you, Dad. All right, now let's see this thing take off again, all right? And make sure you subscribe so I can make an even crazier Father's Day at some point.